So, good morning to everyone, and welcome to the virtual session for this inorganic chemistry 3 paper. Dear students, we are discussing the aspect of the chemistry where we should know what may be the acid, what may be the base. Okay, so we have various concepts which we are doing regarding the classification of these moieties as acid and base. So sound is audible to all of you. Just raise your hands. Okay. So dear, we are discussing various concepts which includes number of the contribution by various scientists. So you have studied Arrhenius concept of Lewis and acid base. You have gone through the Bronstant concept, Bronstant and Lowry concepts. You have gone through the Lewis theory or Lewis concept of acid and base. Similarly, we have explained the hard soft acid base concept which used to explain the stability of certain metal complexes with certain ligands which can be explained on the basis of hard and soft interactions. Okay, so in addition to this there are certain other concepts. We have another theory which can explain the acid and base on the basis of the solvent concept. Okay, means solvent undergo self ionization and produce certain cation and anion in the medium, and that anion and cation can be furnished when you add certain species to the solvent. Okay, so if a species furnish the cation, then we used to call the added species as a acid. If it furnishes the anion of that particular self ionized solvent system, then we used to call that species as a base. Okay, so that is a self solvent concept of acid and base. Similarly, we have another concept of acid and base, that is flux flood concept, which used to explain the acidity and basicity of the species added to the system through the specific acceptance and donation property of the oxide ions. Okay, so in terms of oxide ion we can define whether your species will act as a acid or base. Okay, so in a metallurgical processes or in molten states, this concept is a very important concept and used to explain that what type of the character particular species has in that particular environment. So that can be described by having the acceptance and donation ability of the species in the reaction. Okay, so that will define, and we used to call that the concept as a flux flood concept. Okay, similarly you have another concept which is more generalized, Usanovich. This is the another. Okay, so this concept is more generalized concept which can put the acid in terms of the nearly all the definition which we have studied. So he tries to put everything in a single definition, that what may be the acid. It should be cation furnishing, it should be electron deficient species. Okay, so all the things it put in a single line so as to define the acid. Similarly the base. Okay, so this is a more generalized aspect that you will study. Okay, so what I am today going to discuss, I'm going to discuss the aspect of the solvent system. Okay, you know that we have various solvents. Okay, just like your water, you have water as a solvent, you have ammonia as a solvent. So there is a theory of solvent concept or system for acid and base, okay, which define acid and which can define base, okay. So what species maybe act as a base when you dissolve that species in particular solvent, or what species may be acid when you dissolve that particular substance in the solvent, okay. So as per the solvent theory, just like water going to ionize to furnish these two ions, okay. One is hydronium ion, this is your cation, this is hydroxyl ion, this is your anion, okay. So if a species added and it furnish this cation, then we will say that this species is acidic incorrect, okay, that will act as an acid. If the added species produce or furnish the anion of the solvent, okay, I am talking here the self ionization of the solvent in which you are dissolving that particular solute, okay. So if solute produce the cation of the solvent system just like your water, if added species furnish the cation of the solvent system means hydronium ion, then we used to call that species as acid. If certain added species produce the anion of the solvent system, so here the anion of the solvent system is OH negative, then that particular species will be called as a base, okay. Similarly, if you have a ammonia undergoes self ionization, it produces two types of the ions. One is positive ion, ammonium ion, and this is amide anion, okay. So you can see it produce these two types of the species in the solvent system, okay, when ammonia undergo self ionization. So if you add certain species to the ammonia and it produce the ammonium ion, then that species will be acid in character, okay. If it produce the NH2 negative, then that particular species will be termed as a base, okay. So this is how the theory of solvent concept is applied so as to define the acidic and basic character of any entity which is dissolved in any solvent, okay. So according to this theory, acid is defined as a solute that yields cation of the solvent. Remember this, not only cation, it is a cation of the solvent. Here cation of these solvents will be hydronium ion, ammonium ion, okay. And base is a solute that yields anion of the solvent. Anion of the solvent means just like water, the anion is OH negative and NH2 negative, okay. So these two will going to give the character for the entity as an acid, and these two will give idea that your species is base as per the solvent concept, that is theory of solvent system for acid and base. So this is based on the self ionization, how the solvent ionize and furnish certain cation and anion. So depending on the species, you can classify the species added to the solvent as cation, as an acid or base, okay. So remember these two important definitions. Acid is defined as a solute that yields the cation of the solvent system, okay, and base is the solute that yields the anion of the solvent system, okay. So if you look into the example, just you are adding HCl, okay, to the water. So HCl is going to form the hydronium ion and chloride ion, okay. So this cation is a cation of solvent, okay. So it is adding the cation of the solvent when you add this to the water. So it is furnished, so that is why we used to call this as a acid, okay. If you add the species like this to the ammonia, this is ammonium chloride, okay. So it is going to furnish the ammonium cation in the solvent system, Okay, so this species is known to be a strong acid. Okay, if you add similar species to the ammonia, just like this ammonium NH2, okay, if you add it to ammonia, so this is going to produce the negative ion, that is anion of the ammonia, and it is not going to produce the ammonium. Okay, so this will be not produced, but this cation will be generated. Means when you have the ionization of this molecule, that is ammonia, so you will have the equilibrium which exists between these two stages, where at one side you have formation of the cation and anion of the solvent. Okay, whereas on the other side there is no ionization. So whatever species this you are going to add, just like you are adding ammonium chloride. Okay, so ammonium chloride addition to this one will generate more of the ammonium cation, whereas the addition of the sodium and H2 amide is going to increase the concentration of this negative anion. Okay, anion of the solvent system, so it is acting as a base. Okay, so this is how this solvent system or concept used to explain the acidic and basic character of any species. So this concept try to differentiate between acid and base. So one can ask you that if you have a solvent this and you dissolve that particular entity into that particular solvent, so what will be the character of the added species, whether it is going to exhibit a basic character or acidic character. So you can explore the concept of solvent system, how the solvent used to ionize, self ionization leads to produce certain cation and anion. If cation is furnished by that particular added solute, then your species is known to be a acid. If it is going to furnish the anion of the solvent system, then your species is known to be a base in nature, basic in nature. Okay, so these are the some of the example you can have. Similarly, the same concept can be applied to another solvent also, just like ethanol. Ethanol is like this, it can undergo ionization in this way. There is a formation of anion. This is anion of the solvent, and this is the cation of the solvent. Okay, so if you dissolve a compound like this, that is sodium ethoxide, you dissolve this one, so ethoxide is going to produce, it is going to produce this species. Okay, which is a cation of the solvent. So sorry, not cation, so it is going to produce the anionic species. Okay, when you dissolve this one like this, I am explaining here. If this is your solvent and you are adding sodium oxide, ethoxide, then you will have the reaction which is going to produce or furnish this anion. Okay, so this anion will be furnished, and this anion is a anion of the solvent. So this species will be not a acid, but this will act as a base. Okay, so by this nature or by this concept, you can explain why the sodium ethoxide is going to act as a base in a solvent system, just like you have the alcohol, ethanol. So it is going to produce the anion of the solvent. So that is why we used to call it as a strong base. Okay. So these are the some of the example which can be explored to explain the concept of acid and base through the solvent system. Okay, how the solvent ionize and whatever ion is furnished by that solvent can help us to define the species as acid and base. Okay, so this is the one. The another concept you have the flux flood concept. Okay, so there are various theories which we put forward to explain the concept of acid and base, okay? But in modern geochemistry and electrochemistry of the molten states, so acid and base can be defined by two scientists. One is a Flux and Flood, okay? So they put that the acid is anything, okay, which accept oxide ion, that is O negative 2, and base is a species which is a donor of OH negative, okay, oxide ion. So here the flux and flood concept is placed in terms of the donation and acceptance ability of the oxide ion, whether the oxide ion is accepted or whether it is donated. Okay, when it is accepted, okay, so that species is known to be acid, and the species which used to donate the oxide ion, that is defined as a base. Okay, so this is a flux flood concept. So as I have already explained that there are various concepts which used to explain the behavior of the species either as acid or base. Okay, so this is one of the concept which used to explain the acidic and basic character on the basis of acceptance and donation of the oxide ions. Okay, so this is applicable in the molten state mostly. Okay, because they are in the molten state, the other concepts are not that much reliable, so you have to have the some other concept. So this flux flood concept is applicable in those cases. Okay, if you look into the examples of the flux flood concept, okay, I am talking that acid is anything which accept this oxide ion. Acids are oxide ion acceptor and bases are oxide ion donors. Okay, so if you look into the molten state reactions, just like your oxide, so this is your magnesium oxide, okay, and another it is reacting with the carbon dioxide. Okay, so it react and form the carbonate. This is magnesium carbonate. Okay, so you can see how we can define that out of these two which is acid and which is base. Okay, so looking into the concept of acid, looking into the concept of oxide acceptance and oxide donor capability, we can classify these species either as a acid or base. Okay, just look into the first reaction. Okay, so when it forms this carbonate, so means the oxygen of this oxide is transferred to the this one. Okay. So when this is happening, means this species is acting as a donor of oxide ion. Okay. So that is why it is known to be a base. Okay. Whereas the carbon dioxide is accepting the oxide ion, it is acting as a acceptor of oxide ion. So this species is known as acid as per the definition of the Lux flood concept. Okay, means acid is a species which will accept the O minus 2 species, an ion, that is a oxide ion. Okay, so here in this reaction carbon dioxide will be acid and this oxide will be a base. Okay, so this is one example. Similarly you can look into the another example You have calcium oxide reacting with the silica oxide to form calcium silicate. Okay, so out of these two, which will be acid and which will be the base? Okay, so same definition you can apply here for the molten reactions, molten state reactions. So here, when this is formed, means silicon is getting certain additional oxide ion. Okay, means this is accepting the oxide. Okay, so this is acting as an acceptor of oxide. Okay, so oxide is coming from the calcium oxide, so this is nothing but a acid. Whereas this species is donating or donor of oxide ion, so this species will be known as base. Okay, same definition is applied. So this is your base, it is going to react with acid to form the calcium silicate. Okay, so this is how you can define the acid and base entity by use of exploring the flux flood concept, where the donation of the oxide ion and acceptor of the oxide ion can be utilized in order to define the entity as acidic or basic in nature. Okay, means either as an acid or base. So in a similar example, we have third example for the same concept. Okay, so when you have the reaction of nitrate, okay, with the another species, okay, this is the another acid, sulfur acid. So you can see that here reaction is taking place, and one of the oxide ion is transferred from nitrate ion to the sulfur containing species. Okay, so you can see this is acting as a donor of oxide ion. Okay, whereas another species acting as, this is acting as an acceptor oxide ion. So this species will be known as base. Okay, this will be a base, and this species is known as a acid. Okay, so in a molten state reactions, we can define the entity as a acid and base on the basis of the donor capability of the species, and donor capability of what, that is oxide ion. So one can ask you, this is a reaction, and what may be most plausible behavior of the X species when it donate its oxide ion, or when it accept the oxide ion. So you can be in a position to define those species either as acid or base, while taking account of the concept of the flux flood theory, which explain that how we can define the species as acid and base. Okay, so this is a flux flood concept of acid and base. So there is another concept which used to come into play, and it is a more generalized concept rather than a specific concept, as you have been studying in the acid-base theory. So this is a Osanovich acid-base definition. So Osanovich developed a general theory that does not restrict acidity to the hydrogen-containing compounds, and his approach published in 38, okay, 1938, was more generalized than any other theory, just like your Lewis theory. Okay, so he's tried to evolve a concept which put the behavior of a species as acid and base. Okay, so it includes or encompasses all the concepts which we have so far studied. Okay, so this theory tried to summarize the definition of the acid, anything which is included in the concept which we have studied, just like Lewis, Bronsted, Arrhenius concept. So he tries to put the general definition of the acid and the base on the basis of the concept which is already given. So this is a more generalized concept. Okay. So this is most applicable when we look into the redox reaction. Okay, especially for the acid and base reactions. So, as per this theory, the acid is anything that accept negative species, okay, or anions or electrons, or it can donate positive ions, it can donate cation, okay. So this is the general definition which includes all the concepts which we have so far studied, okay. And the definition of the base will be reverse of what we have defined for the acid, okay. So he tried to explain the acidic behavior and basic behavior of any species. So this slide clearly indicate how you can have acid, what may be the quality of the acid or characteristics of the acid. So as per the Osanovich concept, acid is any species which accept negative species. Negative species may be anion or it may be electrons, okay, or which can donate positive ions, okay, just like your proton. So you have HCl. So it is used to furnish the or donate this H positive. So it will be a part of the acid, okay, as per the Osanovich concept. Or if it produce anything, any species, any positive ion in the solution, that can be also be acid, okay. You have variety of the species which used to exhibit this behavior. Okay, just wait, it is not working here. So we are just looking into the aspect where you can have the situation which define the acid and basic character. So you can have the acidic behavior or the species which used to act as acid can be defined either by taking account of the acceptance capability of negative species or anion or electrons, okay, or it should have capability to donate positive ions or cations that can be characterized and classified as a acid. So this is a more general concept as compared to the other concept which we have so far studied. Okay. Similarly, Osanovich defined a base which used to accept the positive ion or cation or proton. Okay. So that is known to be a base, okay, which has this capability, just like your OH negative, okay. So if any species is added, just like your proton, okay, so this negative ion will have tendency to accept the protons, that is positive charge, okay, or it has tendency to furnish the negative ion in the solution, means it can donate negative ion or anion. So that can be defined as a base as per this Osanovich concept, okay. So this is a more generalized form of the concept which we use to study. So you can see from these examples, we have so many examples which used to define what may be the acid, what may be the base as per the Osanovich concept. Okay, so they try to explain the things in a better way. So you can see this is your example. This is the sodium oxide reacting with the sulfur oxide, sulfur trioxide. So you can see that one of the component is acting as a base, another is acting as a acid, okay. So how the Osanovich try to explain this is this is acid. So it can be explained by taking account of flux flood concept also, that it will accept the negative ion, that is a oxide. Okay, so as per the Osanovich, acid is anything which used to accept the anion also. Okay, so it is going to accept the anion, so that is why it is a acid. Okay, so you can explain the same acidic character by taking account of flux concept also. So it includes a number of the concepts which can be applied so as to explain the behavior of the species as a acid or base. Similarly, base which used to donate the anion, so anion is donated to the acid, so it is known as a base. Okay, so this is one example you have. So you can define the exchange process looking into the anion behavior, either donation or acceptance, which will help us to define the species as a acid and base. Okay, similarly in the another example you have one base, another is acid. So how you can define acid and base? So you can see that there is a donation of sulfur anion. Okay, this sulfur anion is donated to this antimony species. Okay, so that is why this is acting as a acid, whereas the donating species which donate anion, that act as a base. Okay, so they are just explaining the rationality of different concepts. So you can either use the flux, you can use any concept, but it should have a correlation which can define the species on the basis of certain criteria, either proton acceptance, proton donor, electron deficient species, or it should produce some sort of the anion and cation of the solvent system when when the particular solvent undergo ionization. Okay, so you can have wide range of the examples. Okay, so here this species is going to be acid and this is going to be a base. Okay, this is why, because the sulfur anion is donated by the first species to the second one, so donated species will act as a base and the acceptor will act as a acid. Okay, so you will have this type of the situation which will explain that which species will act as a acid or base. Okay, similarly look into the example, another example of reaction of sodium with the chlorine gas. Okay, so here what is happening, one component is acting as a acid, another component is acting as a base. Okay, so why it is acting as a acid? Okay, so you can see from this that sodium is going to be ionized like this. Okay, so whatever electronic charge is liberated because of ion formation, so that will be transferred to the chlorine. So chlorine is getting the anionic charge or the negative charge. So the acceptor of the negative charge is nothing but we used to call them as a acid, because acids are the electron deficient species as per the Lewis concept. Okay, so anything which is accepted by species and any anion or any negative charge, so that will have tendency to act as a acid, and the species which used to donate that particular negative charge or electronic cloud, that will have tendency to act as a base. Okay, so here the process of acid and base character can be explained on the basis of the electrons, from where it is donated and what species it is going to accept that electron. So acceptor will going to be act as a acid and donator or donor will be act as a base. So this is how you can have different classification of the acids. Okay, a comparison of about definition of acid and base shows that the Osanovich concept encompasses all the other types of the concepts. But someone of us feel that this is too much journal for the utility. Okay, so it includes all the concepts, so it becomes too much journal. So in certain cases we cannot apply the whole concept as such. Okay, so you have to have some specificity. So this is all about this unit. So we have learned the polymer in this unit. Then you have gone through different classes of polymerization, classification of polymers, their classification on the basis of various parameters. Similarly, you have gone through the inorganic polymers. Okay, just like silicates, silicons. You have studied the phosphogenes and boragenes. All those are the class which come under this inorganic polymers. So inorganic polymers are high temperature materials having higher strength. Okay. Similar to this, we have studied its synthetic aspect, its structural aspects, and application spectra. We have studied that how you have the linear inorganic chains which may undergo further uh, derivatization to obtain certain complex structure. It may be cyclic structure, it may be network type 3 dimensional structures. Okay, so application spectrum of these molecules or macromolecules you will find everywhere. We are exploring this material of silicates, phosphogenes and boragenes in various domain of industry. Okay, so here the focus should be on the structural aspect. Okay, its synthesis, what are the different methods can be applied to synthesize the compound, and the application. Okay, so this all will be in the inorganic polymer materials. Okay, so this is one aspect that you should keep in your mind. Now when we look into the another component of this unit, you have acid base. This is acid base concepts. So you must know about the concept starting from the Arrhenius concept. You have Lewis concept. You have Bronston-Lowry concept. Okay, you have soft hard acid base concept. You have solvent system concept, which we have learned today. You have the flux flood concepts and the Osanovich concept. So all these concepts try to explain the acidic and basic property of a material to be act as acid or as a base. Okay, so this is all about this unit. So now I'm going to launch certain questions. So dear student, just try to finish your assignment because I have extended the date up to 24th of this month. Okay. So meanwhile, I will launch a few quiz questions. So you will attend all those quiz questions. You have two quizzes per unit. So in a day or two, I will try to release the questions. So you will attempt as per the instructions and the date mentioned on the given assignment task. Okay, so when we look into the pulling questions, so which of the following act as will be act as acid in So this is a application of the solvent system. If you have solvent, it undergo ionization and it will produce two types of ions. One is cation, another is anion. So these anion are not simple one. These are the anion of the solvent and cation of the solvent. So anything which is dissolved in that solvent, just like your ammonia, okay, it have to have the uh, ion formation. Whether ion is a cation of the solvent, if it is so, then you will call the species as acid, and if the anion of the solvent is produced by addition of the solute, then you will call that particular species as base. Okay, so it used to have this simple definition that we can explore the behavior of the solvent in order to explain the in order to explain the acidic and basic character. Okay, so this is the one way by which we can explain the concept of acid and base. Okay, so the correct answer is the first option. So this is one cool question. So another cool question is, which of the following is acid in given reaction? So I'm just putting one reaction is going to form the, so I'm just asking which of the following will act as a acid. If you have the, so this is acid. D is removed because of editing problem. So which of the following is acid in the given reaction? Okay. So you just classify the acid and base on the basis of the donor and acceptance capability of an ion, that is oxide ion, as per the flux concept. Okay. So you have to have the idea of transferring the oxide ion, that what may be the transfer, whether the transfer is by addition, acceptance, or it is by donation. So accordingly, you will just look into the species which is supposed to be exchange. Okay, so exchange is taking place by donation or acceptance here from either species. So accordingly, you will define the species as acid and base. Okay, so as per this question, the first option is the correct option. Okay, because it is going to accept the oxide ion. That is why this species is known to be a acid in character. Okay, so this is explained in the molten state of certain electrochemical reactions, which cannot explore the other concept to define the species as acid and base in the molten state of certain electrochemical reactions. So this is how you can have the different concepts which can be explored for the purpose of explaining the acidic and basic character of a species. Starting from the Arrhenius concept, you have Bronston-Lowry concept, you have the Lewis concept, you have another system which can explain the acid and base on the basis of the solvent concept of acid and base. In addition to, you have flux and flood concept, and more generalized concept is the Osanovich concept. So this is all about the unit 1. Thank you to all of you. We will have discussion in the next lecture regarding some other important aspect. So thank you to all of you. Now you can just leave the session.